Express the radical in simplified form. Assume that all variables represent positive real numbers. We want to simplify the cube root of 32x to the 10th divided by 27. To get started, let's go ahead and make use of the quotient rule for radicals. The quotient rule for radicals says that we can take the cube root of the numerator, the cube root of the top, and divide by the cube root of the denominator. At this point, we need to recall the meaning of a cube root. For a cube root, we're trying to think of three factors that multiply to give us the radicand, the expression underneath of the radical symbol. In order to determine that, it's helpful to factor each of the radicands completely. So let's go ahead and first of all factor the 32x to the 10th. We have the cube root of 32 is divisible by 2. It's 2 times 16, but 16 is divisible by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and we know that 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. X to the 10th means x multiplied by itself 10 times, so we have x times x times x, a total of 10 times. And we want to divide this by the cube root of 27. And 27 is divisible by 3. 3 goes into 27 9 times, and 9 is 3 times 3. So as we're trying to find the cube root of something, we want to look for three factors that are the same. So let's start in the denominator. Okay, we see that we have three factors of 3. So the cube root says that we can bring one of those factors out. So when we're writing our result, the cube root of 27 is 3, because 3 cubed is equal to 27. All right, we want to do a similar thing in the numerator. We're looking for groups of 3 factors. So we have 3 factors of 2. However, there are 2 factors of 2 left over. So we're only going to be able to bring out one of the 2's. And we'll need to leave the other 2 underneath of the radicals. So we'll have the cube root, and 2 times 2 is 4. So we're going to have a 4 that's left underneath of the cube root, because 4 is a product of 2 2's, not a product of 3 2's. All right, the next thing that we want to do is to look at the x's. We've got 10 x's. What we want to do is to split it up into, well, we want 3 of the same thing multiplied together. So we can make 3 groups of 3, but then there will be 1 left over. Let me use a different color for these. We have 3 x's, another 3 x's, and another 3 x's. but then there's one x left over. We have three groups of 3x's and one left over. In other words, we took the 10x's divided by 3, and we got three groups of 3 with one left over. So what we can do is we can bring out one of those groups of 3x's, and x times x times x is equal to x cubed. So we will be able to bring out an x cubed because we have three factors of x cubed, but then there's one x left over, so we need to leave that x underneath of the cube root symbol. At this point, we don't have any perfect cubes other than one left underneath of the cube root symbol, and so this is the radical in simplified form. So we look to see which one this matches, and it appears to match C. We have 2x cubed, cube root of 4x, all over 3. So C is the correct answer.